Loden is the most dominant woman on skates. Her skating is impeccable. Her blocks are devastating. And her aggressive nature is second to none. Tonight, her Sundogs take on the WSL's leading man, the Quakes' Sean Atkinson, who happens to be Denise Loden's fiancé.
Our relationship, it's going great. I'm now a squirrel with a nut. Oh, mama, knuckle up!
But their relationship has been anything but smooth.
I don't need the attack to have a good time.
Atkinson must block out his frustration over Denise's choice of uniform and prepare to trade blows with her Sundog counterpart, Bill Barker. Ill will has been a constant in these Warriors' relationship. It's do or die as the Florida Sundogs battle the California Quakes next on Rollerjam. Las Vegas. I'm Rory Marcus. This is Lee Hawk Rearman, and we are here with the Wild West Shootout tonight. The California Quakes going up against the Florida Sundogs. It should be a great matchup, and when we talk about the Quakes, most of the time we talk about Sean Atkinson. And what a time Sean has had here in Las Vegas. He lost a match race to Mark D'Amato. His team is facing elimination. And the last time we saw him talking about his fiancée, Denise Loden, he called her a tramp. Now, how's that for domestic tranquility?
Well, the last time we saw him screaming, he was screaming at his in-laws, Denise Loden's mother, coaxing her to come down here and put some clothes on that girl, I think. But you're absolutely right. Sean Atkinson is a man who is beaten, but this guy takes a licking, and he keeps on ticking, and he is desperate to get at Mark Weber of the Nevada Hot Dice. And if they win tonight, Rory, he'll get his chance.
No matter how banged up he is, he'll be out giving it everything he's got. But the if, that's the big part. If they lose, whoever loses, they're finished here.
Well, and how can we not talk about Captain America, Bill Barker of the Sundogs? As diligent as Sean Atkinson is to get to the Nevada Hot Dice, Bill Barker, he doesn't say a whole bunch, but I tell you what, this guy packs a wallop. The Captain America move is devastating. Look out, Sean Atkinson.
And look out, Las Vegas, because here we go. The blue and gold of the California Quakes coming onto the track and skating right through the pyrotechnics, the fire. Wow, that's the toughest part of the day sometimes.
Well, they got fire and sparks and a lot of, these girls have a lot of makeup and hair products on. That might be the toughest thing they do all day, Rory. And speaking of fire, here comes the queen of the heat.
The easiest thing the Bot Squad does all day is get dressed because they don't have to put much on. The California Quake men now trying to set the tone as they skate onto the track, coming out first. They'll wait for a second or two, and then the attack. Here he comes, banging himself in the head. One of the few people I've ever known that's a good sign if he's hitting himself in the noggin.
He's got a hard noggin, and speaking of hard noggins, here come the women.
I wondered where you were going with that. I don't know how hard their noggins are, but the Sundog men are coming onto the track. The Florida Sundogs in gold. I guess that's appropriate. There goes Posse Shalene. This is a tough team on the men's side. They're all either built for speed or built to block, it seems. And here comes Bill Barker, who has a little bit of both. We have a little bit of everything in this game for you. Even Mark Weber of the Nevada Hot Dice here to watch. But right now, Broadway Danny Wolf has Sean Atkinson.
All right, Sean Atkinson hasn't been such a good run of luck for you, and I'm not talking about the blackjack tables. First of all, I know you're skating with a very banged-up, dislocated shoulder. You're having troubles with Denise regarding her wardrobe on the track. You lost the match race to D'Amato, letting down half the league. And to top that off, if you lose tonight, you're eliminated from the tournament. However, if you win and get into the semifinals, you'll get this loudmouth here who's been doing bad Sean Atkinson impressions for the last few weeks. And I'm talking about Mark Weber of the Hot
Dice. Hey, brother. You can imitate me, but you can't duplicate me. Oh, Daddy!
Brought to you by Dial 1-800-AT&T for collect calls.
There are 4 6-minute periods. The women skate periods 1 and 3. The men skate periods 2 and 4. There are 5 skaters per team, 2 jammers and 3 blockers. The blockers wear white helmets. The jammers have the black helmet with the stripe. Points are scored when jammers lap opposing team members. Here's an example of what I was just talking about. The jammer for the green team breaks out from the pack and circles the track. For each member of the red team that he or she passes, 1 point is earned.
Oh, daddies are everywhere, and oh, Denise Loden should be everywhere, too. Keep a good eye on that gold outfit she's got on, and talk about a matchup. Stacey Blanche, they call her Malibu Stacey. She and Denise Loden, these battles, Roy, are infamous, going all the way back probably to preschool, I would think.
Here we go. We're underway as Kathy Evangelo grabs the jammer's helmet along with Gina Lombardo for the Florida Sundogs in the gold, and in the non-traditional uniforms, a couple of Bod Squad members. That's Jamie Konomak for the California Quakes and Cindy Zimmerman. And we're underway.
And all four jammers break out for it. These guys are going with their strength. Speed on speed, speed in the lead. And two of the Bod Squatters emerge as the only two with a chance to score some points.
They do have black helmets on. That's mandatory. Otherwise, you can wear just about anything, I guess, in the league these days.
Sporting their Quakes spring wear.
Stacey Blanche, the other Bod Squad member, comes back and gives a whip to score points for the Bod Squad and for the California Quakes. They picked up 2. Both of them got 1.
And you see Jamie Konomak celebrate. You see Stacey Blanche blowing kisses. This is pretty much the coup de grace for the Bod Squad. Take the helmet off, smile, a little eyeshadow. These guys get it going on and off the track, whether it's the fashion statement or the play. Here you see some slick movement from the California Quake spring blue, going right around the Sundog gold sequin.
So the Quakes get on the scoreboard first, scoring a couple of points, and now the Sundogs are going to give a whip to Denise Loden. She has a great big bruise on the back of her leg. You see it right there, the back of her right leg. It's a tough game, folks, especially with a uniform like that.
Well, and she breaks out as a jammer. Last time we saw her as a blocker. Denise Loden is always the one that these Sundogs go to. In fact, last season, she had a jammer helmet on in a men's period, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you what, there ain't many tougher in the World Skating League than Denise Loden. I guess she gets that from having to battle her boyfriend, Sean Atkinson.
She's tremendous. What a great presence on the track she has. Denise Loden comes up to the back of the pack and skims right by along the top. Wow! Never touched. Then calls it off stylishly as always. Denise Loden just sneaks by on top. Look, nobody's even looking at her, and she skims by for 4 quick points.
Well, you saw the Bod Squad. It looked like they were just preoccupied. I don't know how they missed Denise Loden, but they did right there.
4-2 Sundogs. We'll be right back. The Sundogs and the Quakes, 4-2 Sundogs so far. The losers eliminated from this Wild West shootout, and the Quakes get Amy Craig out on the jam. She's out quickly, and right there with her is Debbie Rice of the Florida Sundogs. A couple of tremendous skaters here.
Well, and this is a battle that we've been watching for a couple years here in the World Skating League. Debbie Rice of the Florida Sundogs, Amy Craig of the California Quakes. These two speedsters, you see their skating styles very similar. Speed skating clinic going on right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Amy Craig reaches Denise Loden, who winds up that right arm and gives her a shot. Debbie Rice leapfrogs over Craig, who winds up on the track, and Debbie Rice is going on to score some points with a big assist from Denise Loden. Still 20 full seconds left in this jam. She can get a lot more. Now Loden was going to give Debbie Rice a whip, but she called the jam off. And they got 3 big ones, so now it's 7-2 Sundogs.
Well, and Debbie Rice has really added a little power to her arsenal, Rory. Last season, she had the great speed. Then she broke her wrist in 3 places. And speaking of power, Amy Craig is totally, I guess, preoccupied by Denise Loden. A little bit of leapfrog action from Debbie Rice. That's finesse at its best.
And here we go now as Gina Lombardo trying to sneak out of the pack for the Sundogs, wearing the black Jammers helmet.
Well, and sometimes we focus so much on the Jammers in the World Skating League. Denise Loden and Stacey Blanche are just going through a battle royale as blockers in the pack, Rory. It's getting ugly in there. It looks like little Mark D'Amato going against little Richard Brown right now.
Jamie Konomak from Chatsworth High School in California is out after Gina Lombardo. And Konomak catches Lombardo, and it's just the 2 of them back there now. Each one of them trying to pick up points for their team.
Well, and with Debbie Rice and Amy Craig last time, very similar. Jamie Konomak.
Konomak took out the jammer, and now look out. Jamie is knocked down by Denise Loden. Debbie Rice set it up, and here comes Stacey Blanche to make sure that her fellow bod squatter is all right.
What are you doing?
Denise Lowe's not trying to make sure she's all right. She's pulling her by the pigtail.
Well, we saw her go after the hair of Lindsey Francis of the Wrestlers. She seems to like maybe doing she's done a little fashion statement with her teammates. She wants to do a little hair design on some of her opponents. And Sean Atkinson does not like any of the shenanigans of Denise Loden, Rory.
7-3, the Sundogs have the lead. And Denise Loden leading the pack around as the Jammers try to get out. Debbie Rice went down in the back of the pack. Let's see if anybody can get out on what should be the final jam of the women's period. And now she does emerge. Debbie Rice comes out of there flying. And once again, Amy Craig is right out after her.
Well, and here we go again. We saw this 2 jams ago. Then the last jam, we saw similar styles with Jamie Conamack and with Gina Lombardo. Well, now we're back to the speedsters. Amy Craig, Debbie Rice. This is a battle royale. And Amy Craig wins this one.
Amy Craig took her out, and now she gets on those great skates and comes up to the back of the pack, where Denise Loden is waiting and waving her on and saying, come on, Amy, let's see what you've got. I don't know how they ever could have made a bod squad and not put Amy Craig on it, but they're happy she's on the team. Denise Loden will try and stop her from scoring, however. And Stacey Blanche with a handstand and then the assist to knock Loden out of the play.
She calls it the rising tide, Rory. I made fun of her a bunch last year for wasted movements.
You talk about a great play. Oh, now she's going to grab her by the skate. She's not going to pull her hair, but she was going to get her by the skate and try and drag her across the track.
Well, she saw Denise Loden pull a little hair. She figures, oh, we model footwear here in the World Skating League. And we talk about the matchup of these 2 guys. Amy Craig had a little bit of a can of whoop-ass to her menu. Well, here's the move. She calls it the rising tide. I used to say it accomplishes nothing, but don't tell Denise Loden that.
No, I'll try not to, but that's it for the first period. And the second period, the men coming up, Bill Barker of the Florida Sundogs and the Ack Attack for the Quakes, Mr. Sean Atkinson. Sundogs lead it 8-5. Stay with us. We're coming right back to Las Vegas with the men in period number 2.
Oh, daddy.
We've already had a great first period here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena, and we're just about set for number 2 with the men on the track.
Captain America really looked for him to try to get under the hat, into the mind of Sean Atkinson early. Captain America doesn't say too much, but he's going to have his hands full. And Sean Atkinson, I don't need to say a darn thing about him. He is tough. He is mean. He's the leader. He's pretty much the leader of the whole World Skating League. Little Richard Brown said he's the king, but Sean Atkinson, he's the king of California, all right?
But out there quickly is Sam Martin for the Florida Sundogs. He breaks out of there first. And Sam Martin takes the right elbow.
And this looks very similar to what the women did, Rory. These guys are sending out their standard players, their strengths. You see Krebs take it on the rail there at the hands of Sam Martin, but these 2 guys are going to battle all day as both these teams are going with what got them here.
Sean Atkinson got him here for the Quakes, and he's back there in back of the pack to knock down Sam Martin and take him out. And now the Quakes jammer, Brian Krebs, catches up, and he has a chance to score points. Krebs moves in on the pack, while Atkinson stays behind and waits for Martin in case he tries to come back and score some points, which he no doubt will. About 10 seconds left in the jam. Krebs trying to get by, and Captain America takes out Sean Atkinson. Atkinson jumps right up, but they're working on that shoulder already. You knew they would do it, and Barker went right after it.
Well, once again, Sean Atkinson got caught almost sleeping.
I don't care if his shoulder is separated in half. He'll come back. You better believe that.
Well, he dodged a bullet there because the Captain America was locked and loaded. Sean Atkinson at the last minute got past it. That really could have been devastating.
He didn't quite get him. Knocked him down, but he didn't quite get him the way he wanted to.
But did you see the vertical body of Captain America in the air? As Mark Webber looks on, he guaranteed a victory here in the Wild West Shootout. Well, he'll get his chance, young man, if these guys, the Quakes, take out the Sundogs today.
I wonder where his notepad is. He usually takes notes on Sean Atkinson matches, doesn't he? Sam Martin is out on the jam by himself for the Sundogs. Weber's a star in his own right, emerging star in this league.
I think he might be a star in his own mind some days, but this is the second jam. Speaking of stars, it's Sam Martin has broken out and taken out Brian Krebs of the Quakes. He came to play today.
There's Atkinson. I saw Atkinson in the back of the pack going against Sam Martin.
That shoulder looks pretty good to Sam Martin, I think, Rory.
Right now, it does. That elbow looks real good. That elbow's in good shape. Sam's about to be in not such good shape.
No.
That's a back breaker. Mark Weber likes that. In fact, I bet we see him do that.
Well, and Sean Atkinson, once again, I don't want to say that he doesn't come here a little bit beaten up, but he leaves his bandages at the door, brother. You're absolutely right, Weber, raising the roof a little bit. Sometimes he calls Sean Atkinson his enemy. Other times he calls him his idol. I think right now it's a little bit of both.
All I know is he threw a 7 on the crap table and screamed, "Oh, Daddy," earlier today.
Let's go.
11-5, Sundogs have the lead. And I'll tell you what, if the Quakes can win this game, they'll face the hot dice. And Atkinson will have a chance to face Weber. And here we go, the jam underway once again, and Tom Smith gets out there for the California Quakes. Chasing him is a guy that could probably catch a racehorse, Sigmund Williams of the Florida Sundogs. Sigmund Williams, the speed skater for the Florida Sundogs. He's the fastest skater in the league. And he's out there on the jam against the California Quakes, Tom Smith, who winds up chest first in the rail. That leaves Williams out there by himself.
Well, I'd say that Williams did a similar job that Sam Martin did. These Sundog jammers seem like they came much better prepared to play tonight, Rory.
If you don't find Atkinson in the back of the pack, you usually find Rusty Montgomery, and the big man's back there right now, trying to keep Williams out and doing a good job of it. Now Bill Barker comes back. Let's see if he can help out. He gives a whip to Williams, and then kind of snuck him by on top, held on to him, and brought him by on the bottom, knocking Montgomery down and scoring a Sundog point.
One yellow point on the play. One yellow. Let's go.
One yellow point. That's one Sundog point, and it is now 12-5 Sundogs.
And Bill Barker, we always talk about the Captain America and all of his massive moves. One complaint is Mark Weber either yells at his nemesis or cheers on his idol. One thing about the Captain America, Bill Barker, is he doesn't always have the ability to cheerlead for his team. He leads by example, but sometimes a team really needs somebody to take them and say, hey, people, let's get it done. Bill Barker doesn't always have the ability to do that, and sometimes it hurts his Sundogs.
For the Sundogs right now, Jonathan Russell gets out of the jam. Sigmund Williams gets out for the Sundogs as well, as they have a 2-on-1 advantage now up here right now. The Quakes, Tony Santiago is out there. They're going to try and knock Santiago out of the play and then go on with it. Let's see if they can do it. 12-5, the Sundogs have the lead, and they're just all together right now, all three jammers. Santiago gets the assist from Atkinson and goes on by.
It's the Superman.
What a play for the California Quakes. Look at Atkinson.
He's right in front of us, Rory. We're up here. I love it, too. Attack, but they call it the Superman. Sean Atkinson, less one girlfriend, less one mother-in-law, less one hot dice Mark Weber. Everybody in the league's against him. They say he's injured, less one shoulder. Well, I'll tell you what, like I said, he checks the bandages at the door. He checks everything at the door. And right there, the Superman, the Superfly, takes out the Sundogs. There's carnage in Florida. And the attack is just bringing it home.
Not everybody's against this guy. I think he shows a lot out there on the track.
I love him.
12-7. Sundogs lead. The Quakes only got 2 points, but they sure got fired up on that play by Atkinson. And now we have time for one more jam here in the first half, then we'll be at halftime. Haven't heard much or seen much of Kenneth Logue III lately, have you?
No.
The general manager of the league. Oh, there goes the pack down. And here comes the bench. Look out. Rusty Montgomery and Sean Atkinson have the bench.
Oh, no,
they're on the track with that metal bench. The Quakes are leaping over to the Sundogs are blocked. Oh, and then into the back of Sam Martin.
Somebody's going to get hurt. That's above and beyond. Sean Atkinson, what are you doing? We got to work here, my friend.
Now he's after Weber. Oh, Weber's in his street clothes. He should never have come to this game. And Atkinson's pulling on to the track.
clothes in the World Skating League coming off. Pretty soon the men are going to start wearing tutus and things at this rate.
Maybe he just wanted to give Weber a place to sit. Atkinson salutes the crowd. Weber's jumping around. He's off the track. He's not in the game. How do you get thrown out of a game that you're not even in? Mark Weber's done it. Rory Marcus and Lee Hawk Rearman back here in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. What a first half. The Sundogs have a 5-point lead over the California Quakes. The women's period was exceptionally rough. Right now, Broadway Danny is down in the infield with a couple of the women's skaters.
All right, next week we will have the results of the Roller Derby Queen contest. We're getting hundreds of thousands of hits on the website right now, and I have two of the odds-on favorites with me. I'm talking about of the Bod Squad, Stacey Blanche, and of course, Denise Loden. Boy, not much support right there for Denise, but let's talk Stacey. I know more than anything else, you want to be the roller derby queen.
You know what? I have the drive and the ambition, and I also have the class and the look, the style. What else could you want?
Do you think she's got that? All right. Now, Denise Loden, I know you also want to be the roller derby queen. So does Lindsey Francis, may I add. But right now, you actually are the front runner. I know it means a lot to you, Denise.
Yeah, it means more to me than just a look or you know, a certain class or whatnot. I know there's a lot of Quake fans here because we're on the West Coast or whatnot, and that's great. And I actually respect Stacey for her ability. And yes, she is a nice-looking girl, but I think what it's going to come down to is skating talent. And I think I've got much more than that than Stacey.
That's true. The roller derby queen is not just looks. It's the whole package. You know what? Really quick, fans, let's just take an impromptu vote here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. If you had to vote right now, how many of you would vote for Stacey Blanche? Oh, my. And if you had to cast your vote right now, how many of you for roller derby queen would pick what?
Not two fans. Let me just go over to my only two fans in the building. I love you guys right there. I get cheers from you. Come here. Come here. I get cheers from this guy. Come here. Come here. I want him over here. Give me a hug.
All right.
Here's my fan. Even I'm on the West Coast, and this guy still loves me, man. Right there too. Thank you. Thank you. I've got a few, not many.
Keep voting. Just a few more days left to vote on the internet, and then we'll have the results for you on next week's show. Back to you, Rory and Hawk.
All right, thanks a lot, Broadway. And wow, I'll tell you what,
I want his job. I want his job.
I'd rather be in the front row and have Denise call me over for a hug, although Sean Atkinson wasn't real happy about it. And Atkinson's probably not real happy about the score of this game either. It's not going his way.
Well, Sean Atkinson, I got a little bone to pick with him. Hey, my friend, I got to work in his building. He's ripping our benches out of the infield. But Sean Atkinson, we said at the beginning, the man is down. He's beaten. He's losing his family. At home, he's a mess. Mark D'Amato wants to kill him. The guy keeps coming back. He's picking on these Sundogs. He's even picking on Mark Weber, who's not even playing tonight, Rory. God bless you, Sean Atkinson.
Mark Weber thrown out of the game in a game he wasn't even involved in. A game that has been very physical right from the start.
And speaking of involvement, Denise Loden, to use a good action verb, involves herself in the, I guess, in the hair of Jamie Conomack. And Stacey Blanche calls it the rising tide. Denise Loden calls it painful. And Captain America, he threw an air ball, but he got just enough of Sean Atkinson to throw him off balance. And speaking of off balance, the Flame Sam Martin, you don't know what planet he's on. I don't know what you call this move. I think it's Sean Atkinson's version of home improvement.
Among the things I'm against in life is dragging somebody by the pigtails. Denise Loden and Sean Atkinson, what's their history? Here's Julie Lynch.
During the existence of the WSL, we've watched the emergence of a love affair. The relationship between Sean Atkinson and Denise Loden has unfolded before the public eye. Unfortunately, a public arena is not always a healthy platform for intimate feelings. Sean and Denise may be realizing this. Love obviously knows no boundaries. Last season spawned an unorthodox love affair between the crazy Quake captain, Shawn Atkinson, and Rollerjam's good girl, Denise Loden. But when love blossomed...
Denise Loden, will you be my wife?
Hate turned violent. This season has put a further strain on their relationship. What was meant as a joke to provoke an intolerable manager ignited a flammable temper. And while Shawn has been bombarded with hardships, Denise has been living the good life. So will a strong-willed, independent woman like Denise Loden stay with a guy who won't let her be herself?
You're dressed like a tramp.
And will the Yak Attack be able to calm his rage, especially after hearing that his arch-enemy, Mark Webber, has befriended his fiancée? Only time will tell.
Right now, the Sundogs have the lead over the Quakes by a 12-7 score. Stacey Blanche about to come back out on the track as the women skate period number 3. And you know one thing for sure, and that is that Denise Loden will have Stacey in her sights. Don't go away. The women are next. The Wild West Shootout from Las Vegas continues. Rory Marcus and Lee Hawk Rearman, period number 3. Coming up on the Florida Sundogs skating with an additional skater because the California Quakes were penalized. I don't know why. Just picking up a bench and throwing it at people shouldn't be much of a penalty, but it is. And almost a traffic jam of gigantic proportions on the first jam. But even a man short, the Quakes get the jammer out, Heather Sunderman.
Well, and it's a really key opportunity for the Quakes to kill this power play that the Sundogs are on again. You've got Brooke Sunderman in the penalty box serving out that penalty of Shawn Atkinson, I guess. What do you call it when they pull a bench out of the infield?
That's what you call it, hitting with the bench.
I think it was an architectural faux pas.
Denise Loden back to block, trying to win more Queen of the Roller Derby votes as she matches up against Heather Sunderman. So far, so good for Denise. And now, even better, as she takes Sunderman out of the play. They're waiting for her, though. Look out, Denise. Down she goes. Stacey Blanche, look at her celebrate.
Look at how excited she is. The close-up of Stacey Blanche, and then speaking of close-ups, Denise Loden.
I'm not sure who steals more plays from the Shawn Atkinson playbook. Denise Loden, his girlfriend. Stacey Blanche, his teammate, or Mark Webber of the Nevada Hot Ice. But on this jam, Stacey Blanche, a little bit of a reconstituted back attack.
12-7. The Sundogs still have the lead. The Quakes get a jammer out, one of the bod squad. Cindy Zimmerman's out there, and Debbie Rice tracks her. Debbie Rice comes up the top of the track as Cindy Zimmerman goes down now. Debbie Rice is all alone on the jam.
Well, we've been talking about the new Debbie Rice this season. Last year she was all speed, didn't have any kind of weight to her skating style. Well, she's worked in the weight room in the offseason, Rory, and she has really added a whole new dimension to her game here.
Amy Craig back to block, but Rice gets by her. Now Stacey Blanche takes up the defense.
Wow.
Rice makes a nice maneuver to get by her and calls off the jam. Two more Sundogs points, and they're up by the football score, 14-7.
Well, this jam looked like a traditional wedding because there was Rice everywhere, Rory.
5 on 5.
Debbie Rice shows finesse, shows speed. And right there at the end, she went around Amy Craig like she was standing still. Did a little fancy two-step to avoid Stacey Blanche.
And a 7-point lead for the Sundogs now here in the women's period, the third period of the game. Rice, traditional wedding, I got it.
Hope she doesn't slip on the Rice all over the track.
All right, here we go. And the Jammers trying to get out from the back of the pack. Bod squad, Jamie Conomack. Bod squad, Stacey Blanche for the California Quakes. And Gina Lombardo, number 8 for the Florida Sundogs. Right now, the Bod squad outnumbering Lombardo 2-1. That's the result of that. Jamie Conomack and Stacey Blanche, both of them terrific skaters. And you've seen a lot of Stacey Blanche. You'll see a lot more. She's a star in this league. Now they talk it over. Her and Konomak trying to cook something up for Loden, who's on the back of the pack. And there it is. There's the whip to get Konomak through. And she calls it off.
That's good. I got 2 blue.
2 Quakes points. And Loden is down, and Konomak gets the points while Stacey Blanche gets the bragging rights.
Well, and so far in this period, Denise Loden is really taking a hurting at the hands of Stacey Blanche. We saw the modified back attack before. Right there, we just saw a good old-fashioned pounding. It wasn't fancy. She just comes up and just says, hey, woman, take this.
That's a track burn. And look at that scrape on her back and on her arms. This is a tough game in case you didn't notice.
Well, and I have to think that the little run-in with Shawn Atkinson at halftime may be affecting Denise Loden. You know, that's got to wear on these guys, both Shawn Atkinson and Denise Loden. I thought she was able to put it out of her mind all the time, and I think it might be affecting her, Rory. And speaking of effect, you see Amy Craig take down Debbie Rice. That was a payback for 2 jams ago.
Amy Craig now comes up and gets 1 Quake point. And she's up to try and get some more as Kathy Evangelo goes back to block. 14-9, the Quakes trailing in, trying to make some headway here before the men get on the track for the final period. Craig unable to get by yet, but now looks like she's going to get a little help. And there goes Evangelo going down as running interference is Jennifer Matthews, and it's paying dividends. Now Craig comes to Debbie Rice and calls off the jam, and just for good measure, shoves her down. 2 points scored by Craig.
Well, and if Bill Barker is a strong, silent type of the Florida Sundogs, Amy Craig, she doesn't say a whole lot, Rory, but she really does play by example. Great job by Amy Craig to pick up a couple of points for her Quakes.
So one of those players, not unlike Bill Barker, who does her speaking during the game and leading by example. I like that kind of a player. 14-11 the score now. The Sundogs have the lead, and there goes Suzanne Chalene of the Sundogs. She's not in a regulation uniform either. And either is her pursuer here, Stacey Blanche. This is the new look World Skating League, the one Kenneth Lowe despises. Lynch gave her a shot in the mouth and went right on by. Man, that hurts. An elbow to the teeth. And Suzanne Chalene is still up against the rail, smarting from that one.
Well, first she gave her a little bit of a wedgie, it looked like, as she went past Suzanne Chalene, grabbed a little bit of that gold trim thong ensemble she's wearing. Sometimes you wonder what these girls are thinking. Sometimes they sacrifice safety for fashion.
Debbie Rice back to block. She's in tandem with Gina Lombardo.
Oh, this can't be good.
Denise Loden's waiting. She's waiting. She's got Stacey Blanche, and it's payback time. And look at Denise. She's going to take her opportunity to celebrate.
It looked like she was casting a spell on her or something. Shawn Atkinson looking on. What do you mean, Shawn? You taught her that stuff.
That's right. If he doesn't like it, he shouldn't do it himself.
First, we saw the shot to the mouth that you mentioned, Rory, to Suzanne Chalene. But right here, the back attack is back. Shawn Atkinson, he's not even out on the track, and he's having an influence. Denise Loden lowers the boom and then casts a little spell. Hello, Stacey Blanche. I'm Denise Loden. You're fast asleep.
To think they want to be queen of the roller derby.
Well, I was just thinking, I guess these guys are watching the vote tally, trying to ugly up the other.
Finally, they pull them apart. Watch, I guarantee you she'll smile.
Well, from the response of the crowd over on that side of the building, look at those guys over there in their faces. I guarantee she's smiling at them, Rory.
Get ready for the 4th and final period, though. Bill Barker of the Florida Sundogs. And you know the Ack attack will start up again when we come back. It's a close one. The Sundogs have a 14-13 lead heading into the final period.
Get ready for this week's Rollerjam. It's one Wild West shootout, baby.
We're gonna kick some serious ass.
Denise, she broke his heart.
Mark Webber has been hanging with Denise Loden, your ex.
Is he crazy? The Yak Attack is taking names and kicking butt.
Oh, Daddy!
jealousy rears its ugly head. The California Quakes, the Nevada Hot Dice, Rollerjam. Next Friday at 9, 8 Central on TNN.
And take a look at this. That's Sean Atkinson and his lovely fiancée, Denise Loden. And they don't look like they're in bliss right now, do they? They're having another argument.
Well, and this is what I talked about at the beginning of the period when Denise Loden was taking her lumps. This, you know, Rory, you've been in relationships before, I think. Even you can get a date once in a while. This kind of stuff cannot be good for the mentality of a World Skating League player. I mean, when you're a Denise Loden, you got to go against a Stacey Blanche, or if you're a Sean Atkinson and you got to go against a Mark D'Amato strapped to the wrist, what the heck you need that kind of stuff for? With girlfriends or boyfriends like that, who needs enemies?
Can't be good on a relationship to be in the World Skating League on separate teams. It's taking its toll on that one. Here we go to the fourth and final period, the Wild West Shootout. Remember, the loser's done here in Las Vegas. And it's 14-13 Sundogs as we go into this final period. And Gary Lackamy's out there for the Sundogs. Lackamy approaching the back of the pack where Rusty Montgomery waits for him. Lackamy trying to give the Sundogs more than just a one-point lead right here. But Montgomery held him up, and going right on by there is number 23, Eric Slopey for the Quakes. Oh, he missed it. Atkinson. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Bangs him down some more.
If we've seen it once, we've seen it 1,000 times. That's one of Sean Atkinson's 47,000 signature moves. First we saw the modified skyscraper on Lackamy. Lackamy was a Quake last year as a reservist, found a nice happy home here as a Florida Sundog. Well, Sean Atkinson says, hello, old friend.
And it's a good thing those uniforms are made out of a stretch material. That makes Atkinson's job of picking him up that way a lot easier, if that really is part of his job.
Well, I saw him in the hallway earlier this week doing his laundry. He's got that down to a science, that little bag lift.
He does his own laundry, huh? Here we go. The next jam is underway.
Well, who do you think's going to do his laundry? I don't think Denise Loden's going to do it.
No, she has to keep her own outfit in good-looking shape, and she's done a good job of that. Jonathan Russell and Tom Smith get out on the jam, along with Santiago, and there goes Santiago down on the track. So now it's just Jonathan Russell and Tom Smith. Russell, number 6 for the
Whoa!
whacks Smith and knocks him out of the play. And now Russell gets a chance to score some points, if he can do it. And now Atkinson's back there to defend, which he does so well. There's another shot with the right elbow. He turns around and grabs him. He's got his shirt. He's going to turn him over. Look at him, baby. There it is. Said, see, Denise, I can do it too, honey. You learned it from me.
And Jonathan Russell, he's not done. He's not done, Rory. Sean Corbin trying to make some sense out of what he's doing.
Your ass on one way right out of this arena. Get in that box right now. Get in there now.
Sean Corbin trying to give him an anatomy lesson.
I don't think Atkinson even hears him in these cases. But here's some anatomy for you, and it's going down hard on the track. As Atkinson then adds insult to injury. Pow! With that elbow right into the back. Oh, man, he deserves the penalty box, and that's exactly what he gets. A chance to sip some water. Remember, he threw Russell over him, so Russell got the point, and if they lose it by 1, that could be a big point. 16-15. The Sundogs have the lead, and we're late here in the fourth and final skating period. Sam Martin gets out there for the Sundogs as they try now to add to their lead. And little Sam, the redhead, out in front of the pack, being chased down there now by Brian Krebs of the California Quakes. Bill Barker, Captain America, back there to assist. Big Bill Barker.
Watch it, 20 feet, yellow, 20 feet.
Comes to the pack and takes the pack down. Martin leaps over and calls it off just in time. Sam celebrates now. But the California Quakes won't be joining in that celebration as they trail it by 3. Martin scored 3. We'll be right back.
You're just seconds away from the fastest game on TV. In 1 hour, it's Monster Trucks on Motor Madness. Now, ram this, jam this on Rollerjam. Thrill Zone Friday on TNN.
And the Quakes facing elimination in this Wild West Shootout at the hands of Captain America and the Florida the Sundogs, who have the lead in this game late. Here in the fourth and final period, out there on the jam goes Posse Shalene for the Sundogs. He's outnumbered 2-1, but when you're built like Shalene, that really doesn't matter. Eric Slopey and Shalene battle. Meanwhile, Brian Krebs has taken a little lead on this jam. And Shalene goes into the rail. He's not happy about that at all. Two Quakes jammers out there now.
Well, and a big complaint about Posse Shalene has always been that he's very hot and cold. He has moments of brilliance. He's such a big son of a gun. He's got great speed, but sometimes he just vanishes. Here we're late in the game in the Wild West Shootout, and he doesn't get it done for his teammates, Rory.
Talk about not getting it done. That wasn't the best block Bill Barker's ever thrown. Two Quakes points, and they're out there trying to get more with 10 seconds left on this jam. Oh, wow, man, there's a shot from Atkinson to knock Posse Shalene down and out of the infield. Oh, wow. That's the end of the jam, and the Quakes coming back. They got 10 points, Hawk. That was a huge jam.
Well, I don't want to use a bad pun, but there's an earthquake right now in Las Vegas. Sean Atkinson lowers the boom on Posse Shalene, and he wasn't finished. Kid always keeps going. And he's got some help from his friends, too, Rory.
Eric Slopey and Brian Krebs score the points. Suzanne Shalene looks on a little concerned for her husband and for her team. They picked up 10. It's 26-19 Quakes. And if the Sundogs are going to win, they need 7 to tie, 8 to win. I don't know if they can get them. We'll see. Whoever loses this is out of this Wild West Shootout. And here we go, the final jam of the night. The Sundogs get Sam Martin out, and the Quakes counter him with number 26, Tony Santiago. Well, Martin did knock Santiago down, fell down himself, jumps up, and he's going to try and score the winning points. Well, being urged on by the girls.
They call San Martin the Flare, Tony Santiago the low rider. Looks like the low rider just got the whole of his car burned out by the flames. Sam Martin says, hey, man, I want to win this son of a gun and go on to the Wild West Shootout.
He's going to try it. If he's going to do it, though, he's going to have to get by Atkinson. Sean Atkinson trying to win this game for his team so he can go on and face the Hot Dice. Oh, he's got Martin. What's he going to do with it? They're up against the rail. He's up against he goes. What a tough game for Martin it's been. Oh, leave him alone now, Sean. No, not this.
Oh, no. Goodness. I should have yelled too. Sean Atkinson never one to miss an opportunity to inflict a little pain and suffering. Sam Martin. He's only about 16 years old. He hadn't gone through puberty yet. Come on, Sean, you might need some of those points later, my friend. Oof. I'll say it again. Oof. And I'll say it right here. Ouch!
Oh, man, that's my least favorite move in the World Skating League. And right now, Sam Martin doesn't like it either. Atkinson and Loden arguing. Danny Wolf, what have you got?
Business.
No, it's my
No, I don't want to, Stacey.
I don't care.
Stacey, I don't care.
Stacey, everything Stacey does is fine. Stacey can wear skimpy clothes and it's okay, but I wear skimpy clothes and it's this big deal. I tell you what, Sean, me and you, we need to take a little break, okay? We need to call it quits for a while. Why don't you go over and be with Stacey if you like Stacey so much, if you like her?
You want to call it quits?
Yeah, I want
It's quits. It's over.
Oh, wait. Sean, come here. Sean, come here.
It's over. What do you want?
The engagement's over?
Yeah, the engagement's over. I tell you what, dress like a tramp. Dress like a tramp.
I don't know, is Danny Wolf credentialed for this kind of psychology work, Rory?
He'd have to be a marriage counselor, a relationship counselor to get them back together. It's not going to happen right now because they've both lost their cool and lost their temper. And the Sundogs and Denise, who is leaving in tears, have lost the game, but she probably feels like she's lost a lot more than that right now. And Atkinson will have to turn his attention to his imitator, Mark Webber, as he'll face them next on the track. That's it from Las Vegas. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Good night.
Guests of the WSL Roller Jam stay at the MGM Grand Casino, the city of entertainment.